Well guys, it finally happened. Crashed the Mavic a lot sooner than later. Trying to get right here, line everybody up for family photos. Trying to fly backwards to get the camera into position between those two columns. And I was actually over on this side. So my perspective was a little bit off, but it was right in the center of those two columns right there, and it was in tripod mode. And I was fiddling with the screen, trying to get the camera all set up, and it was drifting ever so close to that column, and just nothing but pilot error. I honestly just panicked. And right is left and left is right, and I went the wrong way, and it hit that column right there, and down she went. Yep, crashed the Mavic. It was, I think, pilot error, but we're gonna look into that. The more I think about it, I'm gonna explain. So, but anyhow, a little bit of damage. It caught the props, chewed that one up a little bit, chewed that one up even more, but it actually still flew pretty good. Skinned it up a little bit on the battery cover. Got a little bit on, caught that eye. I don't know if you can see that or not. And the gimbal, somewhere it hit the gimbal, but it fell on concrete. It hit a brick pillar post, fell down to the concrete, and it bent the gimbal a little bit, so it would not work at all. So I literally just took it and physically bent it back into position, held that metal plate so it would not stretch out the rubber bands that it's on, bent it down, and so far it's working fine. What I think happened is, had it in tripod mode, super stable, and then someone had come out and they were going to take a picture with their cell phone, so they walked up underneath the Mavic. And I'm not blaming them, but they walked up underneath the Mavic, and I noticed something, because I was kind of walking around trying to get in position and take the best photo, and there's a lot of people up on the stairs where I was taking the picture from, and I noticed the Mavic was drifting. So at this point, the Mavic's facing me. I haven't, right is left, left is right, and I'm fine with that when I'm flying and it's all in a fluid motion. But I'd actually position the Mavic looking at me, so it's out there like this. So it just, and then I walked around trying to get a better position where I could see the Mavic better. So I noticed it started drifting, and it was starting to drift precariously close to that big brick pillar. So I'm thinking, oh crap. And pilot error on this, I panicked, and I literally probably hit the stick the wrong way, and it just flew right into the pillar. But the thing was, it was drifting, which I was not expecting it to do. The Mavic has always been super, super stable. I've never had to worry with that. So why did it drift? The sensors were all on, and it was probably about 8 or 9 feet off the ground, and they had walked up underneath it. Now I think at that point, when they were moving around, I think the Mavic actually was reading into that. And I'm going to do some testing to see if that theory of mine works, and if it will truly follow. I'm going to wear this hat, so it should be able to pick up pretty good, and we'll see if my theory of following that person was truly what happened. Hi guys, we got the Mavic in a hover, and it is in tripod mode. Everything is on par for kind of the conditions we had set up at the time of the crash. I'm going to go ahead and bring it up just a little bit. Alright, that is tripod mode, and you can see it is crazy, super stable. So now, let's go see if I walk up underneath it, if it does any type of movement. I couldn't tell. I don't think it did. So we are going to attribute it to completely pilot error. Hey guys, well I went out and did my testing to see if my theory was correct that maybe the Mavic was downward sensing and as that person moved it was drifting, but no, it looks like it was indeed pilot error. So I got panicked, hit left when I should have hit right, or right when I should have hit left. Yeah, that's what it was. But boom, down she went. Everything seems to be working good. The motor overload warning's not on there anymore. However, in GPS mode with the vision or with the obstacle avoidance system on, man, it won't fly any faster than 10, 15 miles an hour. Couldn't figure it out, just kept on going back and forth. But what it is, when I'm up in the air and there's nothing around, it's still reading that there's 20 something, 25, 30 feet out. So it's slowing the craft down. And the reason being, I don't know if you can see this or not, but right there, hopefully that'll focus in. It did hit right there, push that in a little bit, ever so slightly. There's the good side. There's the one that's got a little bit of a dent in it. So it still reads, it still picks up, it still stops, but it limits the flight. It always thinks it's reading something 25, 30 feet out. So it looks like I'll have to send that in, get it repaired, or try to maybe take it apart, see if I can replace that sensor or something. I don't know. But I'm not going to worry about it for right now. But anyhow, be careful with the Mavic. Definitely watch your surroundings. And just be safe out there. And hopefully, you'll keep your Mavic up in the air safe and sound and trouble accident free.